finished with a triple-double but missed 12 shots in the fourth quarter and overtime. The Cavs got the win, and LeBron said after the game that the cramps he suffered in Game 7 on Sunday caused his poor shooting. Take a listen.
I definitely wasn't efficient as I'd like to be. I missed a lot of open looks, a lot of open threes that they were going under. A lot of floaters in the lane. Because of the injury I had in Game 7, I didn't get an opportunity to kind of get on the court this morning and yesterday as well. So, but at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is trying to get a win. And my teammates are unbelievable tonight. They stepped up when I wasn't wasn't at my best.
Shannon, should LeBron get a pass for his bad shooting game?
Man, if LeBron James is not going to get a pass after the last 7 games that he played, nobody's going to ever get a pass. Because I know a guy, Joy, that won the MVP last year, shooting 42% from the field. That's what he shot for the entire season. LeBron James had that game last night, and they won.
I thought you were going to say, I know a guy who got a pass for the Super Bowl because he had a cut in his hand.
No. I wouldn't even do that to you.
Okay. I got it.
Nick Foles told me to say, just leave it alone.
Leave it alone.
Yeah, leave it alone.
Oh, so now you and Nick Foles?
Yeah, we good people. Right. It looks like James Harden. He's going to win the MVP this year.
Yep.
Shooting less than 45%.
Okay. All right.
Skip, this is an anomaly. This is an outlier game because we don't normally see the guy shot 54% from the field this season. We've seen him have games where he shoots 70%. And he's not a true, like a true center that's only getting dunks.
I agree.
So, yeah, I'm going to give him a pass. He didn't have the legs. But let me tell you, you've had cramp. Let me tell you about O'Shea. Joe, I work out twice on Sunday. I work out hard, too. Give me an hour spin, and then I go to Rise Nation, do the vertical climb. I'll be doing it real hard. Now, this is what I know going to happen. Around 1:30, 2 o'clock, I go get me a big old bottle of water, about this big, Joy. And I sit it right there, and I get in a position, because I know the cramps coming. I know they're going to come, Skip, but I just need to be prepared for them. So, I don't know if you've ever had your body spasm up and cramp, but I had, like I said, in training camp in 1999, I lost 13 pounds in 2 hours and 5 minutes. Took 5 bags of IV. But guess what didn't happen? I didn't practice the next day. You know why? Because when your muscles spasm like that, Skip, you're sore. It feels like you did a workout. So that's what LeBron James experienced. See, I ain't telling you what some doctor told me to say. I'm telling you what O'Shea Sharp knows. So the man spasmed in Game 7, but he still came out there, gave you that Herculean effort. He made it to the floor on Monday. Don't do that, Skip. He made it to the court on Tuesday night, and although he was not his efficient self, he was still LeBron. Think about that, Skip. The man shot 40%. It's like, oh, he played terrible. Jordan, the man had 26, 13, and 11, and he played terrible. Can you imagine if he had been a third of himself? Ooh.
So, Shannon Sharp.
What?
Your man, LeBron James, deserved to have a poor shooting night.
Okay.
He was due to have an off shooting night. I give you that.
Okay.
He's been extraordinary for 7 playoff games, and he deserved one off night. It's just going to happen.
Okay.
He is, last time I checked, still human. I give him that.
I don't know, Skip.
I think he's human.
That vibranium.
I don't know. I got to start testing.
Stop, Skip. Why don't you, Skip? You know what, Skip? You need to stop doing that because you be planting seeds.
You planted it. I just let it grow. I'm having a hard time making sense of allowing LeBron James to have a pass or an excuse for whatever happened at the end of Game 7 the other day because I still can't compute it. I can't make it go in my brain because the one time before we saw him cramp, Game 1, San Antonio, air conditioning broken, he limped all through the fourth quarter. He was spasming because that's what happens. You lock up.
Yes.
And I have had one terrible bout of cramps. And I didn't play pro football or basketball, but I did run a bunch of marathons. My first marathon, I did not hydrate correctly. And I was in San Francisco. And I got pictures of it because at the end, I was so cramped, I thought I was going to die. And you know that feeling where you just want somebody to shoot you because you just don't think it's going to subside?
Yeah.
And yet, to me, are we going to say a cramp is an injury? Because to me, it's not an injury because once it subsides, there's some soreness, but you can still shoot. You could just shoot. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
but he needs
I
his
can't-
legs to shoot.
Okay, but remember, at the end of or during the game, ABC Doris Burke reported it was cramps. And LeBron said after the game that he was asked about IV. Did somebody suggest, you take an IV in the locker room? And he said, yeah, I didn't want one. Okay, that's fine. But obviously the quickest way to rehydrate is just stick a needle in and mainline it, right?
Yep.
Because it's the fastest way to get your cramp to subside and get you on the floor. And he's eating orange slices. Okay, I get that. But did we see him limp at all during the game with the cramp? I didn't see it. Did you see him limp up the tunnel to the locker room? He was walking just fine to my eye.
Adrenaline.
Okay. Then he said after the game, he said, I had a minor injury. Well, I don't think LeBron would refer to a cramp as a minor injury. I think he would just call it a cramp. That's just me.
No.
Yes, he
You know
would.
why he wouldn't do
He
that?
would say cramp. He cramped.
Because of people like you.
No.
Because you would say cramp is a sign of weakness.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, you would. Yeah, you
But
did.
it just happens that you see it a lot more in football and hot, like August, September football. That's where guys are just cramping all over the field because you just lose all your water.
Yes.
You don't see it all that often in an NBA game because they're climate controlled.
Big arenas. Yeah.
It's just not quite the same. But those August, September pro football games, it's wicked, man.
It happened to me another time, Skip. I was baling hay when I was a young fella in South Georgia. Joe baling a big old hay. That's how I got all these muscles right here. Baling hay, Skip. I cramped up at night like this. There wasn't nothing I could do.
Yeah.
But go to the well and get some water.
I mean, people have had. Have you ever had a cramp in bed where you
Yeah.
your calf locks and you're like, I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah, you just want to try to straighten it like that.
Yeah.
Oh. But I do that all the time, Skip.
Okay, but I didn't see him grimace or hint at any sort of cramp.
We don't.
So
show,
I'm asking you,
weakness.
was there some other minor injury we didn't see?
No.
Is it possible?
No.
Was it a calf, like a pulled calf or something? No. I don't know. I didn't see any. I saw no evidence in his face or in his body of anything that was hampering
We
him.
come from the Coach Belichick school. We do not let on to information that might be used against us. So we just going to say a minor injury. We're not going to tell you where that injury was, and we're not going to disclose what type of injury it was.
You remember in 2014, Game 1 at San Antonio, LeBron could not go. He's limping up. He's dragging his leg up and down the floor, and he says, I can't. He's waving out. So Coach Spo takes him out, and he sits for, I don't know, a couple of minutes maybe, and said, let me try, because the game was slipping away. I believe San Antonio was up 4 at that point. And LeBron comes back in the game, and he actually limps through the defense and makes a layup and waves again and says, I can't go.
Yeah.
Okay, well, did you see any evidence of that happening on Sunday at Cleveland?
Maybe,
I didn't see it.
Maybe they didn't get to that point. There's degrees of this, and what you try to do, once you feel it coming on, you start to try to hydrate. You start to get in a position where they don't get to that point like they got in San Antonio. You should have paid your bill. You didn't pay your electric bill. Y'all did that on purpose. I don't care what anybody say. Y'all did that on purpose because you know LeBron, because at that point in time, Joe, he used to like to wear those long leggings up under. Yep. So they knew it was going to be hot, and LeBron James Maybe you shaking your head.
Did anybody else cramp on the floor?
Okay, name the guy that's 6'9", 275 that was asked to do what LeBron James was doing. Oh, there wasn't one.
Tim Duncan? I don't know.
Really,
Skip? I don't know. Maybe.
Skip, you remember Tim Duncan, his last game in OKC, when everybody was blocking his shot, and it was.
Oh, now you're taking a shot at Tim Duncan?
I'm just saying, no, you're talking about Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan was not moving around that year like. I
don't know.
Tim Duncan was all-time great.
Protecting.
Skip, stop.
Wait, the Spurs won that series in 5 days by a record margin. Somebody was doing something.
They did. Yeah, making a lot of threes. Tim Duncan didn't make any threes. But all I'm saying is, Skip, is that when your body spasms, and when you're that size man, you're sore for a couple of days. But for him to come out there and to give you that kind of effort, LeBron James going 12 or 30, that's a Russell Westbrook stat line.
I agree.
A triple-double where you shoot 40% or less.
1 for 8 from 3.
Yeah,
that's not
a LeBron
1
James.
for 6 from the free throw line has not been happening.
No, that's not a LeBron, and that tells me those are his legs.
Okay, why don't you just let it lay after the game and don't try to bring up the injury as an excuse. Just let it lay.
No.
It's okay. Go. You won.
I want you guys to know that the guy that you saw tonight, even though we won the game and I had that triple dub because it was easy, she came to Toronto. She get freaking fly miles. She got like 1,000,000 miles, Skip. Yeah. But anyway.
She didn't care about that 12 for 30, though.
No. But she just wanted, she just wanted to go to Toronto because she hadn't seen her man since game one of, of the first round.
Yeah.
That first round of the game. They lost that game. Remember, he shot efficient, had a triple-double. They lose by 18.
He's only 9 behind Magic now for playoff triple-doubles all time.
And
Go for it.
I mean, how many more? He's number one in he's number one in points. He's number one in steals. He's number one in
And he's 3 and 5 in the finals.
Don't do this,
That's
Skip.
all you need to know.
Don't do that. All we do is just add. See what we do,
Shannon,
Skip?
don't give him a pass for asking for a pass. Just let it go,
No.
LeBron. You're okay.
I'm giving it to him.
I know there's a lot of pressure on him. He's the quote-unquote best player on the planet. He's got to carry this team on his shoulders, on his back.
That brick mason right there, Skip. You know why I call him a brick mason? Because all those bricks those haters throw at him, Joey, he lays a hell of a foundation. That's why I call him a brick mason.
Who throws bricks at him?
All them haters.
Who are they?
Well, the CEO of the hate club, LeBron James, is Skip Bayless.
You mean the truth teller?
Joy is the secretary.
Oh.
Why you gotta be secretary?
Cause
just because he
she loved LeBron. Oh, LeBron, go LeBron. I mean, she up there kicking on the sideline. She ain't never been a cheerleader's life. She's kicking up. Oh, look at LeBron.
It's called loyalty, Shannon. I'm a Heat fan, not a LeBron fan.
Okay, then. Well, be gone. You see, that's why you secretary of the hate club. But don't worry about it, LeBron. Watch what he does tomorrow night.
Is he going to get some shots up today and tomorrow?
We might.
We might.
We might sleep in.
Okay.
We tired. Skip, the man just played 47 minutes.
Then I expect him to make half his free throws next time. How about 3 of 6? I'll take 3.
How about this? He played 47 minutes after averaging 42 minutes in the first round after leading the league in minutes. Can't the man, like you said, sometimes it just happens.
It does.
We've seen marathoners. We've seen Iron Men get right there, skip the last bout, and them cramps take over, Joy. And somebody come right in behind them.
That is true.
You see in the Tour de France, they go anaerobic. The greatest well-conditioned men in the world. What happens, Skip? Look like they riding a tricycle up that hill.
So maybe he'll be healthy enough today to practice not stepping over the free throw line before the ball hits the rim. Well, I don't know. You got to stop it. They're going to start calling. If one guy broke the rule and called it, the unwritten rule of don't call that, one referee said, I'm calling that. I'm sorry. He's stepping completely across the line.
Hey, Skip, I don't know if you noticed. You know who ref game 7 of the first round? Old Kane Fitzgerald, the one that threw that check on him. He threw him out of the game. Old Kane said, I'm going to make up for it.
So that's why I tweeted, whatever it takes, referees. Right? Isn't that the slogan?
Okay, what about that bull jive
Whatever it
call
takes.
LeBron? Serge Ibaka.
That was bull jive.
He turned to go get the rebound.
You know what?
Ibaka comes down on his foot.
That's at worst ticky-tack. Like it's just like, what are you doing?
I mean, he didn't touch
I know it's the new rule. You can't come down in his landing space. But LeBron wasn't trying to plant underneath.
LeBron was turning to go get the rebound.
What?
And then LeBron's like, huh?
What?
See?
Come on.
But LeBron makes that face every time there's a foul called on him.
Because he don't. Because
he never fouled.
He don't be fouling.
Draymond Green and Charles Barkley went at it last night, and we'll discuss that
Here we
next.
My goodness.
There are 2 ways to protect your engine.